Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com, and in this video, you're going to learn how to create online courses. I'm going to show you a framework that makes the process of creating an online course simple. It's going to help you organize your thoughts and lay everything out in a way that's very logical. And the cool part is you can use this for more than just creating your online courses. If you're creating an online membership program, modulated courses, or just a simple info product, this is great. But also, if you're creating your lead magnet or your 5-day boot camp they get after they opt in, this framework will work. It'll even work. I've used this for creating slide decks and presentations I've delivered in live speeches to live audiences when I've done some speaking about internet marketing at different conferences. So it's a very versatile framework that really helps you organize your thoughts. And what you might find is that when you fill this out, it'll actually guide you as to what your lead magnet should be and what your course can be and what your organic content can be, all kind of working together to be the framework for literally building an organic business based on content marketing. So I learned this from Sir Frank Kern. If you don't know Frank Kern, he is the president of the internet. And I learned this from one of his old courses I took probably 5 or 6 years ago called Mass Control. And essentially it's the philosophy that every person is simultaneously moving away from something and moving towards another thing, right? And when we build our products, we're helping that person leave where they are, which is somewhere they don't want to be, and we're helping them get to where they want, which is accomplishing the goal through your teachings. So let's jump right in. This is called the Escape and Arrival Framework. Now, I don't have a whiteboard. I apologize for that, but I do have a pen and I do have my artist notepad here that will act as my whiteboard. So you're gonna follow along as we explain how this works, and then I'm gonna do a real life example with you to really solidify how this framework for creating online courses works. So the first thing we do is on the left of the paper, we do an E for escape from, and we do an A on the right side for arrive to. You draw a line to connect them, and then you put tick boxes for all of the different milestones that someone will experience leaving where they don't want to be as they arrive to where they want to be. Now, this is where you need to take what you're working on and understand your niche. For the example that I'm going to give you and show you how we're going to work this is WordPress funnel, right? I'm going to take somebody who doesn't have a WordPress funnel installed. They don't have a marketing funnel, and I'm going to show them how to create a WordPress funnel for themselves. I'm noticing this pen's not working all that great, so I'm going to drop that and get my backup, because you always have a backup when you record. So what are we escaping from? We're escaping from having no funnel, right? So can you read that there? No funnel on that side. And we're arriving to them having a profitable funnel. I'm going to put a name on top of it. This will be my WordPress funnel. So now, obviously, I know how this works. I've built many funnels on WordPress. I've built many funnels off of WordPress. My goal is to teach people how to build their own funnel on WordPress. So this is a way for me to organize my thoughts and think, okay, what do they need to know and what do they need to accomplish in what order in order to quickly and effectively go from having no funnel to having a functional WordPress funnel. So the first thing is web hosting. The second thing they're going to need to do is install WordPress. The third thing they're going to need to do is install Thrive themes. And I'm going to add on, they're going to need to install a few plugins as well. So I'll just put and plugins there. That's related enough. So then what they're going to need to do is they're going to create their landing page. So we'll call that a squeeze page. Then they're going to need to create a thank you page, which can also be their OTO. So I'm going to put thank you/OTO. And then finally, they're going to need to create their delivery content. And I'm going to add one more to the end here, which is going to be testing and optimizing. So I'm going to put a little tick down there. So testing and optimizing. Now, It's really kind of messy. My handwriting is not the best, and that's okay because this is for me only. This is not something you'll ever publish, right? You're just doing this to organize your notes. But here's where this gets really powerful. So I've laid out on this timeline everything that they'll need to do to go from not having a result that they want to having a result that they want. But I'm not necessarily interested in quote unquote teaching or selling all of these components. So what I could potentially end up doing, and this is how this framework works really well, is I'll look into this and I'll think, okay, what's the little hinge that swings a big door and what can I best help people with? And really, I think it's in this area. It's the squeeze page, the thank you, the OTO, the delivery of content, and the testing and optimization. So what I do is I'm going to circle that out, and this is going to be my core product. And it's not actually, I'm just making this up, right? I'm not going to make a product on this. This is how you would go about doing this. But then you could see, okay, so if that's the core product, what can I do as an opt-in, right? What would they need to get, what would they be able to opt in for that would prime them and get them ready for this kind of content? Well, I could teach them these two things right here. So I could get them in this situation, right? So I'm going to write opt-in by here. So in this situation, I could go create these two pieces as my free giveaway to help people get on the path, right? Because if someone has got their web hosting set up and installed WordPress, then I can offer my first affiliate product as Thrive Themes, and I could get them to go into Thrive Themes, and I could even include this in this first training, right? So my freebie is, my free offer would be, learn how to get Thrive Themes set up so you can start your WordPress funnel fast. They opt in for that, and I give them a series of pieces of information that walk them through the process of getting WordPress installed, getting the web hosting set up, WordPress installed, and Thrive Themes and their basic plugins set up. At this point, they're ready to learn more, and I've had an opportunity to generate a little bit of cash flow right here through an affiliate opportunity, right? So this is how it works. But then you're like, okay, well, cool, but what do I do? Here's how this framework, you can go meta, or you can kind of turn it into a fractal if you want. What you would do next is you would actually zoom in on one of these. So we'll take this one right here. And ultimately, you would do this for every single milestone. And we now create a new kind of version of this format of this framework, if you will, based on the squeeze page. So let's do that now. I'm going to flip the page or clean my whiteboard, which isn't actually a whiteboard, but that's okay. Now, so I'm going to do the same exact thing for the squeeze page. So it is escape from is no squeeze page. And the arrive to is a functional opt-in system. Awesome. So in this scenario, I have now taken one of the components, one milestone from our previous escape arrival framework, and I'm now zeroing in on this one to come up with what are the milestones for this milestone, right? So if they have no squeeze page, at this point they do have Thrive Themes installed, so they're going to need the Content Builder plugin installed and set up. Then they're going to need to integrate Autoresponder. Right? So they have to have the plugin that lets you set up these things installed. Then they need to integrate their Autoresponder. Once they've integrated Autoresponder, they create a new page. Then they need to select a template. Landing page template. Okay, so at this point, they've got the plugin installed, they've integrated their autoresponder, they've created a new page, they have selected a landing page template, then it's on to copy, and this is a big one, right? So it's opt-in copy. After the opt-in copy, we need to set what list it's going to go to, so let's do list and thank you page. And then it's going to be the deliverable itself. And then we'll need to set up the first email in the autoresponder. And if I want to go really far, I could put a split test here. But we're going to talk about testing in the future, so I don't actually need to get in that. That's advanced, so I could maybe tease that. So what we've done here is I started, if you remember, with this really nice and messy framework imagery of web hosting, install WordPress, install Thrive in the plugins, and then boom, to the squeeze page. Now what I've done is I've zoomed in on the squeeze page only, and I've got that one milestone broken down here. And these are all the steps that someone's going to need to accomplish in order to have a fully functional squeeze page set up, which is accomplishing the goal there. Then what I do is literally how I've gone forth in this is I open up PowerPoint and I literally, or go to Google Drive, they have the sheets, or you can use OpenOffice, right? You don't have to use PowerPoint if you don't want to, there's free options. But I literally create a slide and or a video module for each of these items. So what you would end up having is this could be module 1 of your paid course, right? And this would be lesson 1. This could be lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, lesson 6, and so on. And module 1 is all about helping them create their opt-in system, and it's broken up into these, 8 different steps. Then what is module 2 in your course? Well, let's go back to our initial framework, and you'll see that once they have the squeeze page, they need the thank you page and the OTO setup. So what do? Super simple. We go set up module 2, OTO, and thank you. So this is, they have no OTO, thank you, and they want to have a thank you and OTO. So we do the same exact thing. Draw the line, and what would we start with? Well, first thing we need to do is we need to have a thank you page. We'd create the thank you page, and then we'd select a matching template from the Thrive Content Builder, right? And then it's copy. So we need the copy. So we'll start with a headline, the pre-head and head. So I'll start pre-head. And then it's a video, whether it's a bridge or a VSL, video sales letter. And then it's a button for a purchase button. And it could also be just a button that links them to an affiliate product. So it could be or affiliate product, or let's do this, affiliate. And then it's shopping cart, right? Affiliate program. And then it's testing. And I'd actually add testing back on the one for the squeeze page because we always have to test what we do. And then we can talk about split testing. So here we have it. Now I've just totally mapped out module 2 in my course that we mapped out based on the bigger framework of how to help people create a WordPress funnel. And you can see this is having no OTO thank you page. And what would they need to do for this? Well, it's simple. They need to set up an actual page in WordPress. They need to select the template in the Thrive Content Builder. They would need to create, oh my goodness, a pre-head and a headline. My chicken scratch confused myself. You need to have a video bridge page or a video sales letter in there. And all of these would be the lessons, L1, L2, L3, L4, and so on and so forth. And what I simply do is I make sure I create either a slide deck or a video, and obviously each slide deck would become a video, but it would either be a video showing slides teaching something, or, for the example of selecting the template on the Thrive Content Builder, I just record my screen and show how I go into that content builder. I could show this one and this one in one video, and it doesn't matter if I end up merging these when I actually record it. What really matters is that we're just being super efficient and super effective, laying out every single step in the process. And ultimately, when I did this last, I did this for when I spoke on the Nomad Cruise, and I'll link you to the video that I created based on the slides I created, based on this framework. I'll have it pop up here now. And it was really cool. What happened is I ended up with about 15 of those sheets, and I was able to lay it out. I put the key one, the main one up top, and I laid it out across the floor in the Airbnb I was in, and they all kind of connected, right? Because as they escaped from and arrived to the next phase, that arrived to moment matches up with the next escape from moment. And I was able to literally lay them out and map it out. And I think it was like 15 sheets all across the floor. And then I read it out loud to myself, step by step by step. I found some things by reading it out loud that weren't lined up correctly. I made some rearrangement. Then I jumped into my slide deck and I simply started typing up slides. Every single milestone and every sub-milestone ended up getting its own slide. If you want to see how that video presentation turned out, you can see it again. If you hover now, since I already popped it up once, you'll see an eye there. Click on the eye, it'll open a new window. I'll put that in the description, but that's it. It's a super simple framework, and it's designed to help you really kind of just brain dump all of the steps, get it out on paper, and then from there, you either record it by recording your screen, or you record it with slides, or you can do talking head videos if you want, and you simply go through lesson by lesson, module by module. Then you know how to organize it based on these different pieces within the framework, and there you have it. If you want to use this for a content marketing strategy, you can simply lay it all out and you make a blog post on module 1, lesson 1, you make a blog post on module 1, lesson 2, and so on and so forth. If you want to lay out your entire 90-day video challenge, this is exactly how you could do that as well. And you would just create the first video first, and you would go through and organize all of your content. The benefits of this for your end user is that the content is really coherent. When you're making it out in slides, I recommend you read through the slides once out loud in your room by yourself. Record it if you'd like, just to see how it comes together. But there's something that happens when you read it out loud and you're flipping through the slides. If something's out of place, the process of speaking it out is you're gonna be like, oh, wait, I can't say that yet because I haven't taught them that. And then you go in and you rearrange your slides and you get it ready. And once you're ready, you can use something like Screencast-O-Matic, which is a $15 software program. You can record your screen and you can go right through these slides. And that, my friend, is the easy way to creating online courses. I hope this has been helpful for you. This framework has been incredibly helpful for me. If you don't know who Frank Kern is yet, go find some of his videos online. He is an absolute amazing person. His heart's in the right place. He is an absolute great teacher. I don't know if you need to invest in his courses, but he's got some really powerful videos online. I do recommend kind of consuming his content in the YouTube sphere if you'd like more, but really just run with this. Get your content out, get it laid out in a fashion to where you're comfortable and confident, kind of recording it. And remember, on your big ultimate first framework, part of that is going to be your opt-in giveaway, part of that can be your paid content, and part of that can be your free level content that's going to attract people in. And make sure the free level content gets people to want what's next, which is your opt-in level content, and that gets people to want what's next, which is your paid course or membership program. And that's it. That's the easy way to creating courses online. I hope, again, this has been helpful. Give me a thumbs up here. Click subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and I look forward to connecting with you on the next video. Be well.